Yes, yes, yes. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Sister Connection show. My name is Leticia Campbell. My co-host, Miss Twonta Davis Jones. She's not going to be able to join us tonight. She has an amazing event with her daughter, so y'all going to have me tonight. Yes, yes. So coming in the room, everybody. As you're rolling on in, please announce yourself. Let us know who you are, where you're tuning in from. I would love to hear, and we have a really, really good topic to discuss with you ladies tonight. Before we get into that topic, I want to do just a little bit of housekeeping. For those of you who are new to the show, Twanta and I both host this show together. And in hosting the show, we come on live every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Right now, we're doing season 10 of the show. And then normally in between seasons, we take a couple of weeks off. But in the in-between time, you can definitely join us inside of our Facebook group called the Sister to Sister Connection Tribe. And how to get access to that community, you just go to bit.ly/sister to sister connection. Yes, the link is right there on the screen. And get inside of our group, join our community, because it's an amazing, amazing group to be a part of. Okay. Also, every month we do a self-care event. All right. So we haven't posted information about our next self-care event yet. But as soon as we do, we will definitely let you guys know inside of our community, on our email list, and also on our next week's show. So listen, I want to ask y'all a question. Do you feel that you need help with creating boundaries? Do you feel that you need help with not just creating boundaries, but enforcing boundaries? I want y'all to think about that. I want to ask that question one more time. Do you feel that you need help creating boundaries in your life or in your business or both? Or do you feel like you need more help enforcing boundaries? Because it's real easy to create boundaries, right? We can sit here all day long and say, you know what? I'm gonna make sure people don't do this. I'm gonna set this schedule for myself. Hey, Diane, how are you, love? I'm gonna do this, that, and the third. We can write all these different things down, and we can have all these different boundaries in our head that we want to set for our life and our business. But do you feel like for yourself right now, or you find it hard for you to enforce your boundaries, right? So just going back to myself, I remember early on when I first started my business, right? And it was kind of a struggle as far as boundaries for me, because I was working at the time, building my business on the side. And sometimes it was hard with the disconnect from mommy working and mommy, the entrepreneur. And I remember back shortly after I left my corporate job back in August 11th of 2017, I had to really spend a lot of my time, energy, and effort enforcing boundaries, right? Because now mommy's home 100% of the time. I'm home 365 days a year. So now my kids will say, well, mommy, you're here. So, okay, I can come in your room while you're working your business. I can interrupt one of your Zoom calls with your clients or what have you. So it got very much so challenging, not difficult, but challenging for me to say, I need to enforce these boundaries. So even though I'm home, I'm full-time mom, I'm also a full-time entrepreneur at the same time. So we're going to dive into a little bit today about creating boundaries, enforcing boundaries, and I want to give you guys some tips, because it's so many variations to setting your boundaries. You could be setting boundaries in your life, right? You could be setting boundaries in your business, right? You could be setting boundaries in your marriage, with your clients, right? How many of you guys are coaches or maybe you're a service-based business and you're finding it hard to maybe set boundaries with your clients or customers, right? And we have to do that, right? Some of you may be working in a corporate setting, right? And you may have a boss that you're really close with or a coworker that you're really close with. But when stuff hits the fan, you start to say, wait a minute, I thought we were friends. We would hang out after work. We would do all kinds of things together. And now you're putting the hammer down on me, right? And I was actually watching something earlier today. I don't really follow reality shows and stuff like that too much, but sometimes, I'll be, as I'm working my business on social media, I may catch a clip here and there for different shows. So I was watching Brat Loves Judy today, a clip from a previous episode, right? And I guess Brat had a manager that she's been working with for 10 years, and they started to build this friendship, and now in that clip, the brat felt like she was not getting the same amount of quality of work that she used to get from her, I guess, assistant or what have you. And the conversation with the yelling, going back and forth, the dialogue and stuff, I was sitting back and thinking, oh my God, if they just remained business, then maybe this conversation wouldn't have gotten so heavy. So even with that, ladies, sometimes if you're not setting clear boundaries, whenever there's a challenge or obstacle that comes up, the conversation could sometimes go left, because people expect you not to put the hammer down on them and don't understand, like, this is business, right? And this over here is personal. So sorry, guys, I keep touching my screen. For some reason, my screen keeps going dark, and I'm trying to tap my screen to stop that from happening. Okay, so let's go ahead and bring up the first point. We have a few points for you guys. For those of you who just hopped on, hello, you are watching the Sister to Sister Connection show. My name is Leticia Campbell. My co-host, Miss Twonta Davis Jones, she has to take off tonight. She has something very important to do with her daughter, but she's here in spirit. Just pretend that she's sitting right next to me, y'all, sitting next to me in the spirit, honey. Okay, and she may hop on in a little bit, but if not, we want to wish her and her daughter well. Okay, so first point when it comes to setting your boundaries is to take slow steps, right? Take slow steps. Sometimes when we are enforcing boundaries and when we are making boundaries and we're setting boundaries, we expect people to just take hold like that, right? Get in order like that. Do what we say just like that. Sometimes I'm happy. See, here's the thing, ladies. You are changing a pattern, okay? You are changing and adjusting a pattern that probably has been going on for years, for decades in your family or in your business or what have you. And now you are changing the pattern. Like, I remember Therese can attest to this. She's our show producer. I remember back when I was shifting, right, all the back end stuff that I went on my business. Certain people had to be left go. Certain people I decided not to move forward with and help me with different things in my business. So I had to shift. So with that, what comes with the shift also comes with clients saying, hey, what's going on? I'm used to seeing this person a lot. Now I'm not seeing them, what have you. So I had to really gradually get people accustomed to seeing a newer face, to hearing a name that they haven't heard before. So not just put it on them so instantly. So going into you ladies' life and your business, just understand that sometimes change, I want y'all to type this in the chat right now. Change is a process. Okay. Somebody type that in the chat right now. Change is a process, especially when you are setting boundaries, right? Another thing I want to say to this, and sometimes people feel that they don't have to explain why they're enforcing their boundaries or why they're setting their boundaries, but sometimes you do. People need to understand why you're doing something different, why you're changing things, why now you were a mom who was working a 9 to 5, and now you're a mom entrepreneur, and they're trying to figure out, well, it's a difference. They see the difference in your passion. They see the difference in your schedule. It could be you losing weight, right? You're trying to alter and change your eating habits, and maybe your partner or your family members, they may not even be on that yet, especially if you're doing something drastic like becoming a vegan or doing plant-based or what have you. So going into explaining the process and getting people to understand, they don't have to agree, right? They don't have to agree, but a lot of times people do have to understand that this is what is happening. So take slow steps. Take slow steps into setting boundaries for yourself, because some of you guys may not know what setting boundaries look like, right? Some of you may not understand or really get the concept of, oh my God, I got to set boundaries in the 4 steps. So that may be uncomfortable for you. So first you have to accomplish getting comfortable with setting and enforcing your boundaries, right? In order for you to enforce them. Because sometimes you may be the type of person watching this right now. You don't want to hurt people's feelings. You don't want people to feel like they're being pushed aside. You don't want people to stop talking to you. But sometimes one of those 3 things would happen, or all those 3 things would happen all at the same time. So take it very, very slow. So let's dive into number 2. Let's dive into number 2. And also, ladies, there's not going to be an afterglow tonight. Mama is busy. Okay. Number 2, but we will have one next week. Number 2 is be consistent with setting your boundaries. Somebody type in the word consistent. Somebody type in the word consistent. If you're not consistent with a boundary, with setting boundaries and enforcing boundaries, then they're really not boundaries. Can we be honest? It's really not. You're just saying something, you're just throwing something out there, but you're not enforcing it, and you're not being consistent with enforcing your boundaries, and you're not even being consistent with enforcing the boundaries that you set for yourself. What I mean by that is this: if you say, hey, I'm gonna wake up and thank you, Diane. I'm gonna wake up and these are the things I'm going to do for my life, or these are the things I'm going to do for my business, and you don't do them consistently, then people are not going to pick up what you're putting down. They're going to look at you and say, okay, you say you're going to do this today and you didn't do it. Right? Like last night, there was a business I was doing in the past, and I stopped doing it back in 2016. There was a certain business I was doing. And then as I was watching something on YouTube last night, I was like, you know what? I've been saying for weeks I was going to get back into this particular business. I do have several businesses, but I was going to get back into this business, and I've been dragging my feet. And not because I want to get back into it. I just allowed other things to distract me. So I sat there. I'm like, you know, Leticia, open up that phone, okay, and get to work. Right? So sometimes we say we want to do something. How many of y'all have done that? Type in me, just be honest. How many of you have said you're going to do something? Type in me if this been you, but you didn't follow through with it. How many times you said you was going to do something and you didn't follow through with it? Type in me. We all have done it. I've done it. Okay, I just gave you guys a clear example. A lot of us do this where we say, well, I'm going to do this or I'm going to do that. It just don't happen. Right? So, or sometimes we say, well, I'm going to be consistent with this, and it don't happen. So we got to be consistent with our boundaries. We also got to be consistent with setting those clear goals. Let's go into number 3. Thank y'all for hopping on, y'all. So again, my co-host is not with me tonight, but yes, she is here in spirit. Number 3, don't overlook yourself. Don't overlook yourself. Don't overthink yourself. Don't set yourself short. Okay? Don't do none of that. Don't overlook yourself. Don't overlook your feelings, right? Don't overlook your dreams, aspirations, and passions in your life or in your business. Don't overlook the fact that, yes, you do also need to set boundaries. Hello? That's how you're going to get more things done. That's how you're going to forget about being taken seriously. Because, you know, your fruits will always, you know, be the proof in itself. But stop overlooking yourself. Stop thinking that you are not more than enough. Stop thinking that all the things that you're doing right now in your life and your business ain't really a big deal. Everything you do is a big deal. Everything Diane Grady does is a big deal. Everything Therese does is a big deal. Everything Leticia Campbell does is a big deal. Everything Twonta does everything that I want y'all to put this in the chat right now, and I want y'all to mean it. I want y'all to type in everything that I do, talking about you, is a big deal. It is. And it doesn't need to be overlooked. It doesn't need to be pushed aside. It doesn't need to be, you know, not sought after. Because what you do, everything you do is a big deal. Okay? That is just vitally important. You know, it brings me back, and I shared this example inside one of my clients' groups. It's like we got to really look at ourselves as iconic women. We all are. We all have a level of influence. You may have not tapped into it yet, but we all have a level of influence that is powerful to millions, if not billions of people. But if you continue to overlook yourself, you're never going to see that because it's there. But if you're going to be willing every day to put the blinders on, right, and not see the impact and power and the potential that you have, okay, then you're not going to be exposed to it, and God is not going to reveal it to you. But yes, everything I do is a big deal. It's major, it's important, it's valuable, and it's valued to millions of people out there in the world. Okay, so let's hop on over to number 4. We got to do a part 2 to this. We have to do a part 2 to this. I think it's much needed. Number 4 is communicate when your boundaries are crossed. I think communication is important. I should be that type of individual that when I never want to like start issues. Like I'm a true Capricorn, you know, yes, people think we're crazy and whatnot when we got to get pushed to that point. But genuinely, most of y'all who are watching me right now, you don't want to start trouble. You don't want to cause a stir, right? But you also got to understand that communication in life and business is important. And the only way to get better at communicating is to communicate. Amen. So you have to be adapted to communicating your wants, communicating your needs, communicating your expectation, and also communicating whenever your boundaries have been crossed. Because sometimes it's because of a miscommunication that communication is not happening. Right? Sometimes people don't really mean to cross your boundaries. They just not understand the level of impact that they created once they cross your boundaries. So just communicate. There's some times where Dries will tell you, I tell clients sometimes, my clients, I love my clients to death. I have some of the best clients in the world. Diane, she's on here. She's one of my clients as well. The thing is, though, sometimes as a coach, as a mentor, as somebody who's been doing this for over a decade, I myself, me being a mother of 5 and a wife, I have to have times of the day or days of the week where I have to just get disconnected from social media. And then sometimes you may have clients or customers that don't understand anything because you're on social media or they have access to you on social media that you're available 24/7. So even with that, that's not a bad thing that they think that way. It's not, right? It's not a bad thing. What it is that you have to say, listen, when you send me an email, you send me a message 1 to 2 business days. Okay? Not including weekends. Okay? I will get back to you. I promise. Those are things you have to set. Now, but if there's somebody that doesn't understand that feels that even though you have communicated where your boundaries is, yes, there's going to be people that are still going to cross it, but then that's your decision whether or not you want to continue to work with that client or decide to service that customer, right? Or decide to handle that partnership. I've been in business partnerships before that my boundaries were crossed. Okay? And you got to have that communication to say, hey, listen, bruh, sis, you crossing it now. Okay? You're crossing the boundaries, So let's go into is there a 4th pointer? That's it, Therese. I think this is number 5. Yeah, number 5, y'all. Give me 1 second, y'all. Number 5. Number 5. And Tricia, if you could drop the link to What's News in Voxer so I could pull it up, sis, because we're going to do the What's News section, I think, after this. All right. So number 5, are y'all still here? Number 5 is be flexible with your boundaries. Sometimes we create things in our life, in our business, and we're like, well, this is set in stone, right? And then sometimes you could create a boundary that's not really working for you right now. It's almost like you set a system in place or a procedure in place or a particular wall in place, right? That may have worked back then for your life and for your business, but is not so much working right now. So be flexible in knowing that you have to change. Be flexible with people and giving them some time to adapt to your newness, right? So that way everybody can understand, things can work smoothly, and you be all good. Right? Then you be all good. All right, ladies, let's get into What's News. And also, again, we're not going to do the Afterglow tonight, but I'm going to go ahead and pull this up, and Teresa's going to pull it up on her end. Oh, new and bold. Teresa, this is Black owned? I think it is. So Teresa, our show producer, she's going to pull up our What's News, y'all. For those of you who don't know what What's News is a segment that it was Twonta's idea about a couple of seasons back, where we share some, very awesome articles and news and stuff you don't see on the main news platforms and channels. So we celebrate people's businesses, we celebrate people's movements, their and what have you, and different things that they're doing all across the world that's impacting so many people. Okay, so right now, what we're going to have for you to show you on screen, Teresa's going to pull it up in just a second, is an amazing business. Okay, I do believe it is Black owned for sure. Okay, yes, ain't that TD Jake's wife? I believe so. It is. Y'all let me know. Oh, where did the screen go? Okay, here we go. So that's TD Jake's wife, Sarita. I think that's her name, Sarita. So Sarita has a home living collection, okay? And Teresa, remove. Oh wow, this is gorgeous. So she has variety of home living items, like pillows, home fragrance, apparel. Did y'all notice she had her own line? It's called Sarita Jake's Home. Sarita Jake's Home. Now, I know a lot of people who are into stuff like this. Into like really decorative things to put in their homes or what have you. I'll be honest with y'all, I'm not really a decorative type of person. Y'all be surprised. My husband's a little bit more decorative than I am, but I really love this stuff. So again, her website is called SaritaJakesHomes.com. Definitely support this, because not only this is a Black owned business, this is a woman of the church, honey. This right here is a woman of the church doing this. So she has Trees, go where she has the pillows under the what tab did I hit? Under the accents. Go to her pillows tab. Y'all, I'm really into pillows. I really am. I'm the type of person that has a whole bunch of pillows on their bed, and then when they go to sleep, I take all the pillows off. Yes. She has pillows here. It's king and queen pillows. What other stuff? Decorative candles. Whoever designed her site did a great job. She also has pajamas on here. Him in her pajamas. Tote bags, backpacks, Christmas collection items. I know a lot of people that get Christmas collection stuff no matter what time of year it is. Notebooks, tumblers, very nice. Purses. I see luggage on here. Oh, this is pretty. Yes, ain't those pillows nice, y'all? Gorgeous. Wedding gifts. Oh, this is nice. This is nice. Oh, she also has office decor stuff. Stuff you can put in your office or your home office. This is nice. I didn't know she had this. So she has a promotion going on right now. Well, it's actually passed. Okay, they gotta update this site, because on the top it says orders placed between 4/25 and 5/8 will be shipped out on 5/9, and it looks like there's been a promotion going on. But yeah, so definitely guys check this out. It looks like this site is fairly new, because it says created in 2023. So definitely check that out, y'all. They got a really nice, she has a lot of nice stuff on here. She really does. She has stuff for the living room, office. Really, really cute stuff. I'm proud of her. I didn't know she had this site up. So yes, guys, Teresa has posted the link in the chat there. So y'all can go ahead and check that out. There's a lot of cute items on there. Mother's Day is coming up. Memorial Day is coming up. Father's Day is coming up. 4th of July is coming up. So there's so many different holidays just coming up that you can definitely purchase some, gifts and items on it, plus stuff for yourself. Teresa, does she have an Instagram? Yeah, let me know in the box if she has an Instagram, because I definitely want to tag Miss Sarita Jakes, honey, because we are proud of you. I didn't know she had this site up here. That's quite amazing. Very, very amazing. All right, y'all, that concludes our show, ladies. And please, everybody, wish Twonta well, honey. She's doing something with her daughter today, and she was definitely here in spirit. And remember, y'all, setting boundaries is not bad. Setting boundaries is not something that's going to be detrimental to your life or business. Setting boundaries is actually something that's going to keep you moving and keep you going in your life or in your business. So set them boundaries, enforce them boundaries, be flexible with those boundaries, communicate your boundaries in a professional, nice way. And y'all make sure y'all set them the best way. So yes, best wishes to Twonta. Thank you, Diane. Yes. So we'll catch you guys next week. Same place, same time, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Remember, love on your sister. Bye, y'all.